During the morning rush hour, the train station was packed with people. What caught my eye, right in front of the ticket gates, was a woman who had been bumped into by a man walking with momentum, causing her to kneel on the ground. In the process, her glasses fell off her face and landed on the ground. A passerby who walked past her stepped on and crushed those glasses. The sound of a crack echoed in my ears. In shock from the scene unfolding before me, I quickly approached the woman and spoke to her. "Are you okay? My name is John. I'm a 42-year-old single man who has never been popular with the ladies, having no girlfriend for as long as I've lived. Since graduating from college, I've always worked at the headquarters of a major travel agency, living a life without any significant promotions. I don't really have any hobbies, and my only pleasure is going to explore cafes on weekends. I don't have any friends to hang out with either, but I always thought I was pretty happy. The job is easy, my income is stable, and financially, I'm doing just fine. My parents back home are healthy, without any illnesses, living their lives in good spirits. However, a time came that threatened my peaceful life. There was a change in my department's management. The new boss was named Richard, 5 years older than me, and he had a terrible attitude, always picking on others. He always made fun of me for being single. "Is that why you're over 40 and still can't get married? I guess even women can tell when a guy's incompetent at work." Every day, I was subjected to such constant snide remarks, and no matter what I did, I was always criticized. This wore me down mentally, and the little motivation I had for my job completely vanished. I'd admit I'm not the best at my job. I'm clumsy, slow, and I tend to make careless mistakes. It's hard for me to learn new things, and I just mechanically go through my daily tasks without being able to adapt to unexpected situations. Still, I believed I was doing my best in my own way, but to my boss, I seemed to be nothing but a source of irritation. Then, one day, I got a sudden call from my boss Richard, who was on a business trip in a remote area, perhaps somewhere like Nebraska. He was furious. "John, you gave me the wrong time for today's meeting, didn't you?" The client was livid. "What are you going to do about it?" "Wait, what are you talking about? You told me the meeting was at 4:00 p.m., right?" "It wasn't at 4:00 p.m. It was at 2:00 p.m. We were 2 hours late. Do you realize how embarrassing that was?" "But I clearly told you it was at 2:00 p.m. "Shut up. Just shut up, you useless fool." I remember clearly telling him it was at 2:00 p.m. It wasn't my mistake, but Richard wasn't willing to listen. "Because of you, we couldn't seal the deal with the client's hotel. We traveled all the way out here for nothing. This is on you, and you will be held responsible." Today's meeting was with a long-established luxury inn in a popular tourist destination. If we couldn't secure a contract with them, it would be a significant blow to our company. From that day on, the headquarters was bustling, searching for alternative inns and making changes to our plans. And just as Richard had said, in April of the following year, I was transferred from the headquarters to a branch in the suburbs. It's what you'd call a demotion. The branch was over an hour-and-a-half commute from my home, but I felt relieved to be away from Richard. Being a perpetual rank-and-file employee with no hopes of promotion, I thought a demotion wouldn't matter much. That's what I tried to convince myself of. I figured I'd get used to the customer service tasks I wasn't fond of over time. On my first day at the new job, I saw a woman fall at the station and approached her to help. "Are you okay? Are you hurt?" The woman took my hand and slowly got up. "I can't find my glasses." "I can't see anything without them," she said with concern. But her glasses had been smashed on the ground. When I explained this to her, she looked distressed. "What am I going to do? The optician won't be available at this hour. I can't go to work like this." The woman was a beautiful individual, probably in her early 30s. "Do you have a spare pair of glasses at home?" I asked, and she nodded. "Yes, I have an old pair I used to wear." "In that case, Let your workplace know you'll be late and head back home. I'll guide you to the taxi stand." "Really? Thank you so much for your kindness." She bowed deeply in gratitude. Afterward, I let her hold onto my arm and led her to the taxi stand in front of the station. She thanked me repeatedly, got into a taxi, and left. Darn it, I need to get to the office quickly today. ***, my first day at the new branch ***. I've been transferred to helping a woman with broken glasses at the station, and then being late was totally unexpected. I hardly arrived at my workplace and checked the time, luckily making it right before the start time. I quietly peeked inside and approached the oldest-looking guy in the room, though he only seemed to be in his mid-30s. He looked younger than me. "Hello, I'm John, transferred here from the headquarters." "Oh, you're John. I've heard about you. I'm Mike, the assistant manager. The branch manager will be a bit late today," Mike said, beginning to give me instructions. "John, this is your desk. First, please familiarize yourself with all the brochures we have on display at the front." "Understood," I replied. I followed his instructions, picking up each travel brochure from the front and began reviewing them at my desk. About an hour later, a woman entered the office. "Good morning," Emily greeted her. "Morning. Sorry I'm late," she responded. I looked up from my desk to see her face. "Oh," I couldn't help but exclaim. Turns out the woman referred to as the manager was the same woman I helped at the station this morning, the one who broke her glasses. However, she didn't seem to recognize me. It made sense. She couldn't see my face back then without her glasses. "Have we met somewhere before?" she asked with a puzzled look after I unintentionally raised my voice. "Ah, no. I mistook you for someone else." I blurted out the response without thinking. "I see. I'm the branch manager, Emily." "Nice to meet you," she said with a smile, her brown-framed glasses suiting her perfectly. And so my first day at the branch began. That evening, the staff threw a welcome party for me. We gathered around a table at a local bar near the office, toasted, and engaged in various conversations. Emily sat next to me. Honestly, having a boss who's probably a decade younger and a woman at that seemed a bit awkward. But once I got to know her, I found that Emily was a very polite woman who showed proper respect for her elders, even to a subordinate like me. At the same time, she didn't hold back when she needed to say something as a superior, making it easy to work with her. "You work at a slow pace, but you are very meticulous, aren't you? With your calm and gentle way of speaking, I bet the customers like you," Emily complimented me. Even when I made small mistakes, she said, "Everyone makes mistakes. As long as you take responsibility and handle it properly, it's all good." She would encourage me, and I grew quite fond of her. She's a stark contrast to my former boss. She's a good person. Not just the manager, but all the staff were kind and cheerful, creating a warm and friendly work environment. Thanks to Emily, I gradually gained confidence, got used to the customer service tasks, and began to enjoy my work, seeing the satisfied faces of the customers I attended to, which gave me a pleasant sense of accomplishment. However, one day after work, I decided to grab a drink and a bite to eat. I stopped by a local tavern near the office by myself. Isn't that Emily and the assistant manager? Unaware of my presence, they were engaged in a conversation. If things keep going this way, our branch is headed for closure. We only have a month left until the headquarters deadline. Catching up now seems tough. Closure? What's going on here? I couldn't help but eavesdrop on their conversation. Emily, noticing me, seemed taken aback. "John, did you hear our conversation?" "Emily, what do you mean by closure? What's going to happen to our branch, to all of us?" "Well, now that you've heard, it's only fair to fill you in," she sighed. I was invited to join their table. The truth is our branch has the lowest sales in the entire country. The headquarters told us that if we don't move up to at least the top 20 by the end of next month, they'll close our branch. Top 20. That's a tall order. Our company has over 50 branches nationwide. Jumping from the very bottom to more than halfway up the rankings seems almost impossible. With these thoughts, I looked at Emily's face, and she looked as if she was on the verge of tears. I love everyone at our branch so much, but if we close down, everyone will be scattered apart. I just can't bear that thought, she said, tears welling up in her eyes. Seeing her like that, I couldn't help but muster all my courage and say, "Don't worry, Emily. We still have time. Let's aim for a spot in the top 20 sales. First, we need to discuss this with everyone and pull together as a team." "You're right, John. We should definitely talk to everyone." The next day, Emily addressed the entire branch staff during the morning meeting, seeking their cooperation. "If anyone has a good idea that could increase our sales, please don't hesitate to suggest it." Upon hearing Emily's words, Mike quickly raised his hand. "Emily, how about we reconsider the layout of the store? Change the layout? Well, it might be worth a try. How about rearranging the brochures to make them more visible? What if we adjust the direction of the lighting? It feels a bit dim as it is. How about creating handwritten display signs? What about distributing flyers in front of the train station?" Ideas were pouring in from the staff. A few days later, the store was noticeably brighter and livelier. Could it be due to the flyers we've been handing out near the train station? More customers started to visit our store. If things keep going this way, our sales might see a significant boost. I've been putting in overtime every day. After getting home, I read potentially helpful books to increase sales, and I researched on the internet. I even gave up my days off to help distribute the flyers. This was the first time I'd ever been so consumed with my job, but it didn't feel like a burden. On the contrary, every day felt exciting, striving towards a goal. It's such a joyous feeling. For the 20 years I spent at the headquarters, I dealt with the monotony of the same tasks every day, never feeling the satisfaction or motivation. The days felt so dull. But now, I wanted to give my all for Emily and everyone else. One day, a couple visited our store. Those folks were the honeymooning couple I had assisted before. "We brought back a gift for you, John, as a token of our appreciation," they said. They were customers who had difficulty deciding on their honeymoon destination. They had disagreements and even almost canceled their plans. It was quite a challenging situation. Thanks to you, we returned safely. Our honeymoon was fantastic. Thank you so much. The couple looked genuinely happy and grateful. The German sweets they gifted were shared among all the staff at our branch. I'd never felt so appreciated at work before. I was so overwhelmed with joy that I felt tears welling up. I decided then and there to continue serving all our customers wholeheartedly. A month later, the national sales rankings were announced. Our branch ranked 25th. We couldn't break into the top 20, but it was a significant improvement from being at the bottom. However, the business world is tough, and rules are rules. The next morning during the staff meeting, Emily spoke. "We've officially been notified by the headquarters today. This branch will be closing at the end of this month." The staff were visibly deflated, with some even breaking into tears. "I believe most of you will be transferred to the headquarters or other branches. HR should contact you about your new placements soon," the manager continued with a somber expression. "Everyone, I know it's tough, but let's keep our chins up. Going from the bottom to the 25th rank is an incredible achievement. It's a testament to the hard work we all put in together. Let's take pride in what we've accomplished." Hearing the manager's words, the staff exchanged glances. "We did work hard, didn't we?" "Absolutely. It's an amazing accomplishment. How about we all go out tonight and celebrate?" "Sounds great," the staff chattered in agreement. I felt a great sense of accomplishment. The past month of working together and giving our best was fulfilling and fun. I'm not sure which branch I'll be transferred to next, but no matter where I go, I'll always cherish the memories of my time here and continued to give my best. On my way home from the celebratory drinks that night, Emily approached me. "John, can we have a private conversation for a moment?" "Oh, of course. I don't mind." The two of us entered a nearby bar and took seats at the counter. "John, I'll get straight to the point. Would you like to return to the headquarters? If you do, I can speak with HR to arrange a transfer for you." She looked intently into my eyes as she said this. "No, I don't wish to go back to the headquarters," I replied without hesitation. "Oh, may I ask why?" "Yes, I really enjoy interacting with customers directly. I believe I'm suited for customer service. It's a revelation I had only after coming to this branch." "I see. So you prefer to continue working at a branch then?" It seems she was concerned about me, perhaps thinking I was transferred here from the headquarters as some sort of demotion. "Thank you. I appreciate your concern." Emily gave a shy smile in response. "I'm truly grateful for everything you've done, John. Remember when you suggested that we break the news of the closure to everyone? That decision fostered a sense of unity among the staff and contributed to the increase in sales. Regardless of the final outcome, we all did great work together, and it was fulfilling." "Well, I didn't do anything special. On the contrary, it was thanks to you, Emily, that I enjoyed my job so much. At the headquarters, I had a rough time with superiors. I told her about the supervisor at the headquarters, Richard. Despite being older and still single, he mocked me constantly, bullied me, and even falsely accused me of mistakes I didn't make, leading to my transfer. That sounds awful. You must have had a tough time," she said with sympathy. Then she looked at me with a determined expression and said, "John, how about we get back at Richard?" "What? Can we really do that?" "Yes, actually. I'm the CEO's daughter. Right now, I'm here at the branch for training, but I plan to assist my father at the headquarters and learn the ropes of being the CEO. I couldn't do anything about the branch closure this time, but I do have some influence over HR." I was taken aback by her revelation. I had no idea she was the daughter of the CEO. "Let's report Richard's bullying to HR. There should be some sort of action taken against him." I nodded deeply in agreement with her words. On our way back, as we walked side by side towards the station, she slipped and almost fell. In a split second, I reached out and supported her. "Oh, thank you." "No worries. It would be a hassle if your glasses broke again." She looked puzzled at my comment. "Huh. How do you know about that?" Oops, she hadn't realized I was the one who helped her that day. "Could it be? Were you the one who helped me back then, John?" "Well, yes. So it was you. Oh my, you should have told me. My glasses were off and I couldn't see clearly. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you." "It's okay, but I'm glad I know now. I always wanted to properly thank the person who helped me that day." I was initially hesitant, but due to Emily's insistence, we decided to go out for a meal together. She said she wanted to treat me as a thank you for that day. Later, I was transferred to a different branch. Surprisingly, Emily was transferred there as well. Afterward, I heard that Richard from the headquarters was sent to a strict subsidiary company, rumored to be a kind of exile, thanks to Emily reporting his bullying. On the other hand, my accomplishments at the branch were recognized and I was promoted to a department head. It's almost time for our reservation. Let's go. Today is the first time I'm having a meal alone with Emily. Even though I'm nervous, I'm really looking forward to it and hope this will be an opportunity to deepen our relationship. I'm very content with my new job, where I find the work